Hello and welcome to the Rural Library Corners podcast. I'm your host, Maureen Penn, Library Director for Lac-La-Biche County Libraries. Rural Library Corner highlights Lac-La-Biche County Libraries programs, initiatives, new releases, and features interviews with local community members and groups. Even online, our libraries are your place to be. In this episode, I will highlight some of our programs, interview Kristen Shewchuk, team lead for FCSS Young Family Connections and the Childminding Department, plus focus on a few e-resources which people can access from their home with their valid library card. Turning our focus to services and initiatives. Have you had an opportunity to check out Creative Bug? Well, if you haven't, Creative Bug is an educational video resource that focuses on arts and crafts. The videos are produced by artists and creative experts who have had a lifetime of practice and proven teaching techniques. One new class is added each week, and all classes come with downloadable patterns, templates, and recipes. So if you have a valid library membership, you can access that from home for free. You can find that on our website, llbcl.ca, services, local e-resources. The other e-resource that you can find on that same page is Freeding. Freeding allows library members to download ebooks straight to their PC, ISO, and Android devices. The Freeding ebook collection includes most genres, with a focus on general nonfiction, including travel, crafts, and cooking. There is over 50,000 titles always available for checkout, so no waiting is required. Our musical instrument lending library is now open and provides our library members an opportunity to borrow a variety of instruments at no cost. The musical instrument lending library is made possible with funding from the Kimberley Foundation. Call 780-623-7467 to make arrangements. Turning our focus to upcoming programs. Ladies' Night is an online after-hours event for girls and ladies 13 years and older. The next session will be held on Friday, March 26 from 6 to 8 p.m. First up, we'll be focusing on mindfulness and be doing a sensory spray with Katrina. Then Sue will be doing Fuel It, Move It, Stretch It. It's hard enough on a good day to be active and maintain our health, so why not throw in a pandemic? No more excuses, ladies. Join us for a fun, interactive session exploring ways to incorporate healthy food habits, physical activity, and some amazing ways to relieve tension in your body. We will end the evening with Anna doing meditation on being present in the now moment. Supplies will be provided to create your very own vision board. Registration is required at least 3 days prior to the event, and it can be found on our website, llbcl.ca, Programs Ladies' Night. The week of the event, we'll send you the Zoom link, plus make arrangements for you to pick up your activity kit. Upskills for Work helps learners develop key employability skills through free workshops and downloadable workbooks. The 9 topics we'll be covering is presentation, teamwork, time management, adaptability, stress management, and confidence. The upcoming dates include May 7th, May 14th, May 21st, May 28th, and then in June, June 4th, and June 11th. The time is 10 to noon, and it'll be online via Zoom. Registration is available under our programming section, Upskills, on our website, llbcl.ca. We know that you enjoy our escape rooms, and we can hardly wait to host another one in September. While you wait, you can enjoy our first ever virtual escape room, have fun, and the best of luck. And that can also be found on our website under Programs Escape Room. Some of the new editions that have arrived in our local collection include Windows by Patrick Guest. Told through the voices and windows of children from around the world, this story's comforting message and bright illustrations bring hope into the home even as our world changes outside. The book's beautiful design reveals similarities. In different windows everywhere, I can see rainbows, hearts, and teddy bears. That can comfort and unite us even in hard times. The Coolest Stuff on Earth by Brenda Scott. Did you know that dogs can shake off a pound of water in less than a second? That some sand dunes whistle and sing? That the US dollar is full of hidden symbols related to the number 13? Our world is filled with strange, bizarre, and weird happenings. But what do they mean? Why are they important? And what secrets are behind them? These secrets and more are revealed through cool stories, action-packed photos, fantastic infographics, and exciting Q&As with in-the-field experts. Discover the secrets of shark skin, the mysteries behind incredible island animals, the power behind lightning, how a rare gemstone changes color, and more. Kids will be captivated by this fresh way of looking at our amazing planet. The Lion of Mars by Jennifer Holm. Bell has spent his whole life, all 11 years of it, on Mars. But he's still just a regular kid. He loves cats, any kind of cake, and is curious about the secrets that adults in the U.S. colony are keeping. Like, why don't they have contact with anyone on the other Mars colonies? Why are they so isolated? When a virus breaks out and the grown-ups all fall ill, Belle and the other children are the only ones who can help. It's up to Belle, a regular kid in a very different world, to uncover the truth and save his family, and quite possibly an entire planet. Afterlift. This is a graphic novel by Chip Zdarsky. Rideshare driver Janice Chen has enough to deal with, from annoying passengers to overbearing parents. But when she picks up a pair of mysterious passengers who are pursued by otherworldly forces, Janice realizes that her already terrible day might be headed straight to hell. This Eisner Award-winning series from Chip Zdarsky and Jason Liu features car chases, demon bounty hunters, and figuring out your place in this world, as well as the next. Salt River by Randy White. Marine biologist and former government agent Doc Ford is sure he's beyond the point of being surprised by his longtime pal Tomlinson's madcap tales of his misspent youth. But he is stunned anew when the avowed bachelor Tomlinson reveals that as a younger man strapped for cash, he unwittingly fathered multiple children via for-profit sperm bank donations. Thanks to genealogy website, Tomlinson's now grown-up offspring have tracked him down, seeking answers about their roots. But Doc quickly grows suspicious that one of them may be planning something more nefarious than a family reunion. Now turning our focus to a nonfiction book entitled The Wreck of HMS Speedy by Dan Buchan. The sinking of HMS Speedy in 1804 off Presque Isle Point was more than a tragic event for the families of the 20 souls on board. It had shocking and far-reaching repercussions for the young colony of Upper Canada. At the center of it all is a Mississauga First Nations man charged with murdering John Sharp, a white trader. As the trial grew near, the authorities in York moved it to Newcastle for fear of angering the Indigenous community amidst growing tensions between the British and the Americans. With the shipping season coming to a close, the HMS Speedy set sail with the accused and illegal elite of the colony aboard. But on the night of October 8th, the Speedy was lost in a violent storm. There were no survivors, and the ship could not be found. The mystery surrounding the ill-fated ship has continued for more than 2 centuries, despite the efforts of commercial diver Ed Burrett, who began a search for the Speedy in the early 1990s. Were the remains he located at the bottom of Lake Ontario from the lost ship? What evidence lays untouched at the bottom of the sea? So welcome to Kristen Shewchuk, team lead for FCSS Young Family Connections and the Childminding Department, located in Biche County. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So I guess the first question that some people might not know the answer to is, what is the mission and vision of FCSS Young Family Connections?
Basically, it's to develop locally driven preventative social initiatives that enhance the well-being of individuals, families, and our community as a whole. And FCSS is kind of the broader part of it, and then Young Family Connections partially is under that. And so that's where we fall in.
And some people might get a little confused. I know this question wasn't on there, but what is the difference between FCSS Young Family Connections and ParentLink?
So we're not ParentLink anymore. We were in the past. And then there was a bunch of like funding restructures. So we are now also part of the FRN, it's called, which is the Family Resource Network. And so, and lots of the stuff that you can find on our website as well at Biche County. But some of the services are funded under FCSS, so some of Young Family Connections is, but some of it also comes from the Family Resource Network, and that would be closer to what people remember ParentLink as.
So you mentioned a couple of funding sources, so the Family Resource Network funding, and does that come from the province or other organizations?
Yes, that's from the province.
And any other funding sources?
And did I say Biche County?
You might have said it earlier on, but just to clarify where the funding comes from, that would be great.
Yeah, so Biche County has a mix of FCSS funded programs and services, and some are fully funded by the county because they don't fit under that FCSS mandate. So that would be like the Childmind services that's funded by the county, as well as the pieces that aren't included in FCSS is the Family Resource Network. And that goes along with the ages as well. So we used to be, as ParentLink, we were 0 to 6. And now under the Family Resource Network, we are 0 to 18. So a big wider range.
So there's definitely going to be a change in terms of programs and services. But yes. What is your role as team lead?
So my role as the team lead is basically to support the staff to deliver some of these programs, to be able to meet with our Family Resource Network and then bring that information back to the team, to meet with our community partners and bring that back to the team, and then to support them in implementing all our great programs.
And what programs and services, and I know there's quite a few of them, are you offering at the moment?
So all of our stuff is virtual right now, which is a whole new world for us and very interesting. I'm sure everyone is experiencing that. So we have 3 main programs. So we have Junior Family Night, which runs every second Monday. That is for families with children ages 7 to 12. As long as you have one kid in that age range, then you're able to join. And so that one is, we used to meet in person. It was a very nice little program. We moved that to virtual. So families get together, there's an activity for them, and then there's some learning pieces as well. Then we have Cozy Corner, which is every Thursday. We have 2 sessions in the morning, and once a month we do an evening session as well. Again, there's a little learning piece for parents. There's some parent education there. There's some crafts and some stories for kids. Then we have Baby Talk, which is every Wednesday from 1:30 to 2:30. When we moved to virtual, what we ended up doing was we'll have a guest speaker one week, and then the following week we'll have a craft. So we've had some amazing partners come on. We've had like Kim and Wiki from AHS. We've had Cecilia Quist from Mental Health. So they come on and they'll help talk with our new moms. So that one is for Baby Talk is for new moms, expecting moms, and moms with kids aged 0 to 18 months. Then we were lucky enough to have our Childmind staff return with us, and they were running Crafternoon previous to all this, and we knew that Crafternoon was something that people really wanted back. So we have that on Mondays now. We have 2 sessions in the morning, and it's just a nice little craft for the families to do, and then a story. And one thing that's really nice about our virtual programming this time around is that every single program comes with a little pre-made bag. So there's, if you're in like Cozy Corner, you get the craft is in there, not the story they read, but the craft is in there, the parenting education piece is in there. There's usually some little activity. So they get like a nice little package that they can use during the program. So those are our main programs. Then we also have our partner programs with the library and AHS, Read and Roll and Chicka Chicka, that have been just phenomenal. And again, every family is getting a nice little package. Then they're doing weekly check-ins and they get to participate. Of course, it's not the same because we're not in person, but they get to participate over Zoom, and it's actually very nice. I will say, like when we were first in the shutdown, it was really hard to connect with families. And as much as we'd love to be back in person, there has still been a lot of connections. And it's nice to see the kids like smiling and waving on the screen, and they're happy that they still get like their little programs that they're used to.
I know there's a couple of partner programs that we'd love to have back, and one of them is with FCSS Young Family Connections, and that's Rhyme Time.
Yes.
But we know that that's not going to happen until at least the fall. And then our Rattle and Chat, so that continues on with what you're doing with your current programming. We're hoping that will be able to resume in person in the fall. Now, in terms of some of the other activities that we see on FCSS's page, those are led by other pieces of FCSS or recreation, or how's that work? Because some people in the community get a little confused as to where the programming is coming from. Now, it really doesn't matter in the end. They have stuff to go to. But if you could give a little bit of a framework to help people, that would be great.
And I think a big part of it is people were used to seeing Parent Link and then FCSS. So they were like, okay, that's Parent Link, that's FCSS. And now they see FCSS Young Family Connections, FCSS, and it gets a little confusing in there. So for ours, we try to keep it all on FCSS Young Family Connections. So those were all the programs I just talked about, the partner programs. I should also mention Triple P, like we do lots of Triple P sessions for parents that can happen one-on-one or in a group. Anytime we bring in like a speaker or someone for parent education, like we had the impact of technology a couple of weeks ago, again, that was through kind of both, I guess. So I guess that's where it gets a little confusing, because we do have the Family Resource Network, the FRN. And as part of the Family Resource Network, because that's 0 to 18, that's why you also might see things that like Christine Martin is doing, because she's our teen worker. And she's the one that will post a lot on FCSS. That's where you'll see like the Home Alone, the babysitting courses. So it kind of, we all work together, but yeah, I can see how it can be a little confusing as to which program is with who.
One of the things people might not realize, but Lac La Biche County Libraries, yes, I'm the media and marketing person here, along with running our branches. But we do make sure that we post what's going on, whether it's from FCSS Young Family Connections or from the teen side, or even some of our seniors programs, which I know Trish does a fantastic job in getting some of those programs available to people who just are not leaving their home, but they're looking for something to do and they're looking to socialize.
Yeah.
So in terms of services, you mentioned you have services related to Triple P. Are there any other services that you wanted to highlight?
I think those were the biggest ones that we offer. But I do want to say, like you mentioned, Trish, and Trish is the senior outreach worker, and she has lots of adults and seniors. So she does a lot of programming, whether it's paint nights or right now she's working on the income tax stuff. So she does a lot of that. I think also important to note is that FCSS is also run by a volunteer board, and their mandate is for people development for strong communities. So they meet monthly, and that's where they get the updates from us as well. But they also look at grant applications. So people put grants in, And so that's something that the volunteers work on. And I think that's an important, especially during COVID, there was a lot of people that were looking for grants for not-for-profits to kind of different ways to deliver the programs that they were used to.
So where exactly are you located? So if I was new to the community, where can I find FCSS Young Family Connections?
So we are in the Bolt Center. And as soon as you come in, there's a nice fish tank, and that's the Childmind area. And then our office is just to the back of it.
And how can people reach out to you?
So we do have a phone number. It's 780-623-6365. But I would say that the best way to get a hold of us is probably through our Facebook page. We're very active on our Facebook page. Like you said, like with sharing, and even when we see things, sometimes we try and share those as well, because it can help reach other people and get other people involved as well. So we're very prominent on our Facebook page, and there is you can message us, and we use that to message with a lot of our families, especially now that we're doing these craft pickups and stuff. Families just quickly message us and say we're outside, can you bring it out? And it's a lot easier than trying to get someone on the phone sometimes.
Wrapping it up, is there anything else that you'd like to add beyond what we've discussed?
I think those were the big things that I wanted to talk about, was just letting people know about the board, that they are there if you're looking for grants, that you can apply to them, that we are still looking at offering programming. I think this is a really good time for people, because it's virtual, to try things out. And I know sometimes as a new mom or someone new to the community, it's kind of scary to go to a program in person. So this is kind of a way to see, will I like this program? It doesn't cost you. All our programs are free. I should have mentioned that. Sorry. All of our programs are free. And, it's a great way in this hard world. We're still able to connect, and you might be able to meet some people. Yes, it might be weird over virtual, but then when we do hopefully get back to in-person programming, like in the fall, you've already seen some of those familiar faces, and it's not as scary to come to the in-person programming.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate your time, and look forward to getting back to the in-person partner programs with FCS Young Family Connections. And we'll make sure that your current offerings are continued to be highlighted on our Facebook page. And have a great afternoon.
Thank you so much. And thank you for all the wonderful support we've gotten.
You're welcome. Unfortunately, today's session is a wrap. I'm glad you could join me today. If you wish to review the notes for today's podcast or get more information about Lac La Biche County Libraries, head on over to our website, llbcl.ca. In our next episode, I'll highlight some of our programs, services, interview a community member, and focus on another 2 e-resources which people can access from home with their library card. We encourage you to subscribe and share our monthly podcast with others. Until next time, I'm Maureen Penn for Lac La Biche County Libraries. Our libraries, your place to be.